Hello. Heat remains the big weather story across Europe at the moment, with heatwave conditions continuing to affect Iberia, France, the Low Countries, the UK and parts of Scandinavia for the next few days. In some areas, temperatures 10 degrees above average. But look towards the west and you can see things are starting to turn increasingly unsettled through midweek. An area of low pressure developing in the Bay of Biscay, and all of those thunderstorms will start to feed their way north. Further east, and it's a pretty typical picture for the time of year, sunshine for Cyprus, for the Greek islands, for mainland Greece and Turkey too. Perhaps just the odd shower affecting mainland Greece through Wednesday, stretching down from this area, which will push into the Balkans, looking a little bit showery across the Alps as well. But the heaviest rain, I think, likely where we see this area of low pressure developing, looking pretty wet across northern Portugal, and some heavy rain getting into France and spreading across the UK overnight Wednesday into Thursday. Could even be some flash flooding, some gusty damaging winds as well. But notice the temperatures don't fall away like a stone. They kind of ebb away as we start to lose that heat. But it's looking pretty unsettled for London and Paris in terms of our outlook. Those showers look like they're here to stay once they finally arrive. Further east though, and the picture remains settled for Athens and Heraklion. Hello. Heavy rain is our headline maker for Asia in the coming days. We have the remnants of Makhala, you can see here on the satellite picture, pushing wet weather into the southeast of China currently, but it's actually the seasonal Mayu front that's really going to take over the delivery of heavy rainfall as we look later on into the week, particularly as it kind of stalls across Sichuan. In some spots we could be talking up to 500 millimetres. That's half a metre of rain falling in the space of 5 days. Some showers for Japan, looking drier for the Korean peninsula. There's a closer look at that heavy rainfall affecting southeastern China, Hong Kong. Some showers for Taiwan. Plenty of showers across Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos and Thailand for the coming days too. We do, I think, anticipate some drier weather though around the Beijing area Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Australia, big area of low pressure pushing through the Bight. Winds starting to ease towards the southwest, but picking up for the likes of Adelaide and Melbourne. Windy and wet for Tasmania. However, as this front pulls away from the North Island of New Zealand after a very wet spell earlier in the week, we will see some considerable improvement on Wednesday. And actually, for the remainder of the week, it's a quieter story for New Zealand. But as you can see, Adelaide remains very unsettled in terms of our outlook. Hello. We're anticipating another surge in monsoon rainfall activity across northern India in the coming days. Some signs of an area of low pressure developing here. Meanwhile, the strong southwesterly winds coming into the south of the country off the Arabian Sea look like they will back off a little in the next few days, allowing some drier conditions to develop across Konkan and Goa. But there's considerable concern in terms of this heavier rain across much of northern India, in fact, for the next few days, also stretching across towards Bangladesh and into Nepal. Further north, we do have some scattered showers for northern Kazakhstan, just 23 in Nur Sultan, a little on the low side. But further south, plenty of heat to be found, close to 40 in Herat, mid-30s for Tashkent and Kabul. A closer look at where we're anticipating that heavier rainfall then on Wednesday for the likes of the Punjab, Madhya Pradesh and up towards Delhi. Scattered showers still possible for Sri Lanka, some wetter weather to the north of the Bay of Bengal for Bangladesh, and that extends all the way up into Bhutan as well. In terms of our outlook for Calcutta, lots of showers in the days ahead. Dhaka should have a drier spell, but for Colombo, always again a risk of us catching some showers here. Plenty more sunshine though to come in Tashkent, a very settled scene here in the next few days. Hello there. A weather front is set to approach South Africa through the next 24 hours. We'll see clouds gathering across Cape Town and some rain here for a time too. Further north, and you can see some thicker cloud on our satellite picture, we're anticipating some heavier rain for southern Mali and Burkina Faso. Also showers coming together off the Ethiopian highlands and surging their way westwards in the next few days. Will eventually bring, I think, some wetter weather into the likes of Guinea and Sierra Leone. Here we're anticipating some of our bigger totals for the continent as a whole in the next few days. For Cape Town, it's rather cool in terms of our outlook, just 14 degrees for Saturday and Sunday. Elsewhere, we still have plenty of fine weather to the north of the continent, lots of sunshine for Algiers, a little bit more cloud sitting across Casablanca. For the Middle East, barely a cloud in the sky for the coming days. No surprises here for the time of year. And of course, a lot of dry weather goes along with that, a lot of heat as well. But there's just a chance of us seeing a drop-off in visibility across parts of Iraq, eastern Saudi Arabia and around the Gulf itself. Through the next 48 hours or so, quite faint the arrows here behind me, but there's some signs of a northwesterly shamal just picking up a little. But really a very quiet story in terms of the weather here for the coming days. Hello. In the last couple of days, there's been some unseasonable warmth across northern Argentina, Uruguay and Paraguay. Not set to last now, though, with this weather front pushing in from the south, a cold weather front, it ushers cooler air in. Will also bring some rain into the southeast of Brazil and potentially trigger some showers even as far northwest as Bolivia. You can kind of see how that system links up here behind me. Further north into South America, we still have some heavier showers set to affect Venezuela and Colombia. They'll become increasingly scattered, though, as we drift further east towards the north of Brazil. A largely fine picture, I think, but an area of showers possibly stretching from Salvador to Carvelas, along with some lingering cloud on Tuesday. Some of those downpours on the end of that weather front could be heavy for southeastern Brazil. Some sunshine further south across Argentina, but certainly a dip in temperatures. They start to pick back up, though, into the high teens for Thursday and Friday. Across the Caribbean, it's relatively quiet at the moment. Quite a few showers pushing into southern Mexico, often quite overcast with poor visibility in Mexico City. Some heavier showers for Costa Rica and Panama, but rather more scattered across Cuba, Haiti and the Dominican Republic. But a greater chance of some downpours for the Windward and Leeward Isles in the coming days. Kingston, though, looks like it'll fare pretty well in terms of some sunshine. Hello. North America remains in the grip of some serious heat at the moment. The highest temperatures are to be found across the likes of Arizona. Phoenix has seen highs in excess of 40 degrees for nearly 40 days in a row now, and that heat doesn't show any sign of abating in the near future. A lot of heat further east as well, though, and also surging up across the plains. In the east, it looks like that heat will destabilise things to give some thundery showers, particularly across the southeast of the US and up into the northeast too, through the I-95 corridor on Tuesday. We look closer at the west coast and you can see some rain there pushing into British Columbia, but for Vancouver Island and for Vancouver itself, it's looking fine on Tuesday. Fairly comfortable along the coasts of the US, perhaps some cloud affecting San Francisco at times, but head further inland and it is really the story of that relentless heat that we're dealing with and some critical fire conditions too across much of the Great Basin and through the Central Plains. And then further east, the heat, as I said, promising to bring some thundery showers into southern Ontario, Quebec, heat all the way through to the Maritimes. Some pretty intense showers across the Carolinas and into the south on Tuesday. And it, again, will take a while, I think, for us to really see that heat abating. It's more of a slow trickle away than any great relief as we see the rain pushing through.